One question that I'm asked on normal basis is, what is the best contraceptive method? I already mentioned that, right? I told you the best contraceptive method is using a condom, or your man retaining his semen, or pull-out game. Even though pull-out game is actually a scam nowadays, because they will lie to you. I will pull out. I'm a superstar. And then, when you hear them say, "Oh shit," just know you have about 20 seconds to prepare yourself. The gentleman is over. So, ladies, that's the hack I'm giving you. When you hear that gentleman starting to complain, just know the police officers are nearer, and it shall become a mess. Okay, so you can practice semen retention as a man. You can wear a condom. You can wait for the safe days, or you can practice a pull-out game. And then number two, when I retain semen, will my balls burst? This is a question that comes from most men who have never practiced semen retention, and they will tell you, I'll get the blue balls and my balls will start being painful because I've loaded a lot of sperm in those testicles. That's a lie. Sperm is basically an 80% protein, so it will be reabsorbed into the body. And when you reabsorb it into the body, there's nothing that will happen. And retaining semen does not mean you will burst your balls. No, that's not true. Okay? So keep retaining your semen. You'll actually have a lot of energy retained there, and that energy can be channeled into something else, and that will be achieved. That's what we call the sexual energy transmutation. Very, very effective. Number three is, should I fast as a woman? Should I fast when I'm on my periods? Yes, you should fast. As long as you are in the estrogen phase, you can push a prolonged fast because you want to stabilize the estrogen. But when you're in your ovulatory stage, you can actually push a 24-hour fast at maximum, because fasting can destabilize your progesterone levels, and that can bring you some problems. But this is for those women who are intending to get pregnant at that moment in time. But if you are not intending to get pregnant, you can simply fast, okay? Yeah, so there's a slight destabilization of progesterone when you're doing a prolonged fast. And that's why if you're intending to get pregnant, you're supposed to avoid a prolonged fast. But during ovulation stage, okay? But after the ovulation stage, when you start your menstrual cycle, then you can push a prolonged fast. And then I saw a lady on TikTok who said that, and I know you people know her, and I hope somebody can send me that video so that I can react to it through that contact that I just sent. So you can send it so that I can react to it, and then you get more people who will not attend this live. So that lady was saying that if your man cheats, simply load him with hormonal contraceptives, the pills. As you cook the meals, put in the contraceptive pills, and then he will grow fat, he'll grow the man boobs, he'll become very unattractive to other women. And then, of course, start to body shame him because now you become fat. That's the reason why I don't feel comfortable here. Now you body shame him because he's now fat. But you wrote that script, and then he acted in that script. And then when he acted in that script, now you start to victimize him and shame him for being fat. Do you remember that lady? So, ladies, some of those ladies, don't just follow them. They're going to mess your psychic. And of course, as an emotional being, sometimes your estrogens will be up and you'll think of doing such a thing. That is very evil. That is a woman who doesn't know God, knows about God, but doesn't know God. That is a woman who is totally messed up. And you start to question a lot from her background. But then that's not a story for us. Our story for us is, if you give a man hormonal contraceptives, what will happen? Number one, of course, they'll grow the man boobs. They'll have wide hips. They'll have the buttocks. They'll have a very smooth skin, of course, and their voices will start to narrow because of high estrogen. They'll grow the man boobs. Infertility issues will come in, of course, okay? And then they'll start having shrinking testicles. So they'll have very small balls, if you know what we mean. And then they'll have weak bones. So therefore, fractures will be there. So please don't give your man that, because you'll turn that man into being a woman. That's not a fair deal, okay? If you're cheated on, simply you have a choice. And again, that is your choice. That man that cheated on you is who you chose to settle with. So decisions and choices have consequences. So when you make a decision, you will be the one who will bear the consequences of that decision. So bear it. And then how often should I use the emergency pill or the morning pill? Now, don't use it. It's that simple. Don't use it. That is one. Number two, why would you use it? Why would you use it? Stop acting as though you want to protect yourself from getting pregnant when you still want to have unprotected sex. Simply use a condom. You will protect yourself from these issues. Okay? So, no emergency pills. Avoid them. Not unless there's a rape and it's so necessary that we use it. But if none, please don't use it. Can I get pregnant when I use the P2? Sometimes women get, I think this is what she tried to mean, that when I have sex without protection, are there chances I can get pregnant if I was on the morning pill? The reality is, yes, there are chances of you getting pregnant, and that pregnancy will be an awkward one because of the hormones. But the reality is, when you're taking the emergency pills and then you're taking it with oral antibiotics, the broad spectrum, specifically the penicillins like amoxicillin, those drugs can actually make sure that you get pregnant. They will actually enhance the breakdown of these contraceptives, and therefore it will be washed out from the system faster, and you might end up getting pregnant. However, that's still under research. But again, as we said, don't take emergency pills. It's that simple. So those were your questions for the week, and I'm glad that you asked them. I hope I answered them in the right ways. I have a P2 baby, 12 years old. Ooh, yeah. Sometimes you use that, the P2, and then of course, you're using it and you are using antibiotics, and then you end up getting pregnant. And then, oops, you're lucky if that child does not drool saliva, does not have these mental issues. But it's a risk that you took. So please don't do it ever again.